Come here. I got a question for you. What's your top 5 Christian hip hop artists? Leave it in the comments section below. I'm going to let you know which ones are mine. So top 5. First of all, I am going to say that this is not in a particular order. I can't really choose who's my number 1 or who's my number 5. I like all of them pretty much equally, all right? But differently because of the different type of styles and what they bring to Christian hip hop, all right? Some of them have a grittier type of flow. Some of them are more spiritual with it. You know, you can tell the West Coast from the down south and the East Coast and all of that. I love it all. You know, they all have bars, but these are my top 5, and probably some of mine are some of yours too. So let's get into it. So one of the top 5 is this guy right here, Seven. Seven been dropping some music for a little while. He's worked with Brian Trejo. He's worked with Dayton and a few other of the more known Christian hip hop artists. And when you hear him flow, he definitely has that West Coast feel. The way he comes back to back with his delivery, you could tell it's West Coast, but it's different, right? He's definitely got bars. I seen on Facebook that he actually hasn't dropped an album for quite some time, right? And I was under the impression that this guy never stopped. Actually, he said himself that some of the stuff that we're seeing now is older stuff that he still had in the tank, that he had, you know, he had it somewhere stored, chose to let it back out. But the reason he let it back out is because he is planning on making another album. He said that he feel anointed again, you know, that life just took him a different way. I don't think he was in anything bad. He just took a break for a second, and that's cool. You know, sometimes you need to ground yourself, you know, get together with God and stuff like that and step away for a second. I hope everything's good with Seven, but especially I look forward to listening to new music by him, man. He's actually a really, really dope Christian hip hop artist. Check him out if you haven't seen him. I'm gonna actually have a playlist for you with all the rappers that I mentioned in this video in the description below. So after the video, you're able to go down there and download the Spotify list and check them all out. But let's move on to the next one. So my next CHH artist is this guy right here, none other than Brian T. I'm sure you know who this guy is. He's probably one of the most popular ones, if not the most popular ones, but for good reason. This man is truly anointed. He preaches the word with every bar. All right, if you haven't listened to any of his music, you will really find out once you check him out in the playlist below, or check him out through YouTube or whatever. But you will really see that his main focus is spreading the gospel. All right. Almost every song is very scripture based, very preacher like, and all of that. But it does have a very strong feeling. He's got a bold delivery, man. It's truly different, and you really feel his bars. So he's definitely one of the top 5. Brian Trejo, check him out. And he has a whole group of rappers behind him. All right. They're called the Kingdom Music Family. And, you know, there's a whole bunch of different styles there. They have KG Santiago. They have KG Santiago's Kids, which both of them are, believe they go by Young Disciples. There's another guy named Antoine Hill. There's a whole bunch of them, man. You can't go wrong. Check this guy out and the whole Kingdom Music Family movement. You know, big ups to them. And God bless them all, man. They putting out fire bars. So definitely another one of the top 5. So we got 7. We got Brian Trejo. And now he goes by the name of Dayton. Now you're actually going to see 2 guys in this video. The reason I put this one up because I really wanted to mention the 2. All right. So one of my top 5s is definitely Dayton. All right. But also Bizzle. They're on the same music label. I think Bizzle is the one that runs and owns God Over Money. And Dayton is one of the artists that signed to that label. But both of them are fire artists. Now, Bizzle, he is a West Coast rapper. When he raps, there's to me, I don't hear no West Coast type of rap out of him. He's got his own style. It's different. Very punchy. Good with how he rhymes his words and his wordplay. Fire. But Dayton is on a different level of wordplay, man. This guy will tell you a story, man, and you don't know how he's gonna rhyme these words, but he'll rhyme them back to back to back to back to back. That you don't, even in the middle of the sentence, will be the end of the bar. If you don't understand what I'm saying, listen to the man. You'll see exactly what I'm talking about. He does it all the time. So yeah, Dayton, Bizzle, the fire guys. So I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm gonna cheat a little bit with this one. You know, both of these guys will be number 3 for me. All right, because you know I had to fit Bizzle in, man. I was gonna give you Dayton, but once I pulled up the video and I seen Bizzle, I'm like, Bizzle gotta be in there too. But I got a good one coming up for you. Remember, I'm gonna put these in the show notes down below so you could get the Spotify list. All right, I'm gonna put a bunch of them in there. But I also want to hear who's your top 5. So make sure you go ahead and drop a comment down there, and all of you guys go back and forth, see who's got the illest top 5. All right. But my next one, I hope that you ever heard of this guy. And if you haven't, you're going to thank me. And it is C4 Crotona. If you haven't heard of this guy, you're welcome. All right. I'm going to tell you right now here. Go ahead. Give me some round of applause on this one. Because, man, this guy here is on a whole different level. Look, I'm blessing you right now. All right. I gave you West Coast with 7. I gave you Texas with down south, right? Texas with Brian T. All right. I gave you West Coast and East Coast with mixing up my number 3 with Dayton and Bizzle, right? Now I'm giving you a little bit more East Coast. So Dayton is from New Jersey. C4, I believe he's from New York, maybe Bronx or something like that, somewhere in the boroughs. But this guy here, bro, hold on, man. This guy here, man, you have to listen to this guy's bars. It's different level, all right? Different level, strong. Look, I can't even explain it. I'm going to let you listen to it, and you give me in the comments section below what you think about it. And if you're enjoying this content, please do me a favor, subscribe, follow, all the things. If you're listening on podcast, go ahead and follow and drop a review. It helps the show keep pushing. So that's 4 of them, right? And I cheated on number 3, but you know, I gave you a bonus there, so you can't be mad at that. But number 5, this one you're not gonna expect. I know you don't have this one. I know you don't have this one. I know it. And he's one you're probably sleeping on. But it's one of my hometown of Cleveland, Ohio. So I gave you, check this. I gave you West Coast. I gave you down south. I gave you East Coast. Now I'm going to give you Midwest with Rob Noor. Youngin from my hometown of Cleveland, Ohio. I'll be honest with you. I just found this guy the other day. I was surfing around the web, seeing what I could find new, and I ended up finding him. And this is the month of November 2024. If you're just listening to this and it's years past, whatever, but I'm sure he's probably got all types of stuff. If this is future and you're listening to this now or watching it now, this is a time capsule. I'm telling you, this kid is going to be the next big thing. I think. I haven't spoken to him. I'm going to try to reach out to him and things like that. I like to have him on the show. Check out this kid on Spotify. He had one hit on Spotify that shot up called Passion. All right. Rob Noor, Passion. It shot up like, I don't know, 300, 400,000 views. And he's used to getting like maybe 5,000 or 6,000, I think. It was something like that. It was low. It wasn't in the 6 digits. You know what I mean? It was definitely in the lower thousands. So he's going to be really big to the culture. All right. Check him out, Rob Noor. So that's my top 5. So let's round it up. All right. We had 7, number 1. Brian T, number 2. Number 3, Dayton and Bizzle. All right. So I gave you a bonus there. Number 4, C4 Crotona. And number 5, Rob Noor. Them are my top 5 picks for you that you should have in your playlist. If you don't have them in your playlist, I put a playlist down in the show notes down below. So like that, you could go ahead and pull that up on Spotify. You're welcome. It's your boy Prophecy. Smash that subscribe button. Hit that like button. Follow me if you're listening to me on podcast. So to tie this all together, let's go into the whole reason that we're even looking at Christian hip-hop artists, because of the good Lord. See, they're spreading the gospel through music, especially in the music that is usually the message behind it is completely the opposite. And the ones that are using the Lord's name in their music or in their raps or in their bars are usually using it in the wrong way. So I wanted to tie the scripture to this. And I'm reading from Psalms 95 verses 1 and 2. And it says, this is the Common English Bible. And it says, come, let's sing out loud to the Lord. Let's raise a joyful shout to the rock of our salvation. Let's come before him with thanks. Let's shout songs of joy to him. Listen, family, Christian hip hop is a movement. All right. It's a movement in a genre that usually has been moving in the secular and in the other direction, away from the Lord, for far too long. I believe that this music can be used to reach all of them people that usually are taking in the wrong message, especially our youth. But the thing about this music, that you have a wide range of an age group listening to it. So when we are giving this Christian hip hop music to our youth, we can speak on the same level because we love the same music. It's a beautiful thing. All right. We know hip hop from back in the day, but we also can vibe with hip hop now. Right. And it puts us on a level playing field and a common ground to where we can talk and express both of our feelings back and forth from this age group down here to this age group up here. Right. But we give them the right message and we can minister to them and share the gospel. And these Christian hip hop artists, man, now we also have to pay attention which ones we listen to. All of these that I've given you today are some of my, or if not my favorite ones. All right, top 5. And I'm curious to know which ones are yours. Like the verses say, let's shout songs of joy to him. So if you're enjoying this type of content, smash that follow button. If you're on the podcast, listening to it through the podcast. If not, if you're on YouTube, hit the subscribe button, the like button, share, do all the things to help this show gain more ground, and watch one of these other videos because YouTube picked it for you and they know better. So catch you on the next one. Peace.